Well, hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Holly with the Nessa Valley Farmhouse, and today is going to be a big project day. I am going to talk about how me as a large family mom handle clothes and hand-me-downs. So right now, getting breakfast for the kiddos. This is their last day before they have spring break, and so I'm trying to get some of this stuff going so that we can enjoy our spring break a little bit more. So I don't know about you, most people that I know, and just kind of in general having a lot of family that have kids around the same time, we tend to have a lot of hand-me-downs, which to be honest is a huge blessing. Like, I'm not complaining at all about having a bazillion hand-me-downs, because it is so nice not having to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe for kids every year. And of course, when you're on one income, on a bit of a budget, it's a little bit easier to, on the pocketbook, so to speak. So side note, I got a pinafore apron. So I was hoping to sew one for this, over the winter, but we were just so busy with basketball and stuff that it just did not happen. So I bought this one off Amazon. Jury's still out on it. I like that it has pockets, but I'm not a huge fan of, I don't know, I feel like it almost looks a little bit too old-timey. I want it to look a little bit more modern, so I might be looking for a different one, or just looking to sew one that I like. But I used it. It was very useful though, having the nice apron to be able to, you know, keep my clothes clean. Because I got a new skirt and I was all excited about wearing it today because I really like it. So back to hand-me-downs. Of course, getting all the morning chores done first. It's going to take a little bit, but my big goal today is basically my big goal today is to get the clothes swapped over. So I kind of separate the clothes out kind of in two categories, basically spring, summer, or fall, winter clothes. So I generally, basically twice a year swap over clothes. I have my spring, summer, and then I have my fall, winter that I do. And I basically, this time of year, I start looking at the weather, and we've kind of had a cold March this year. Normally, basically March or April is kind of when I start swapping things over. So it kind of depends on basically the weather patterns and how things are going, and also just my busyness schedule. So I'd say probably, you know, beginning of April, which is when I did this, is probably when I would normally do it on regular years. And then normally probably in September, October time is when I swap over to kind of pull out longer sleeves and stuff. Also, depending, I just kind of watch the weather patterns a little bit, and it kind of helps me to decide when to do it. So one of the things that has been nice, of course, is I have totes upon totes of hand-me-down clothes, which is really nice. And I think especially now, number one, I have 5 kids. It's a lot. It's a lot of clothes. Like, and I have kids that like to, I have one of my daughters who is very, I don't know, fashion forward, I guess. And she likes to get into the out of season clothes a lot. So I'm constantly kind of trying to keep her from doing that and being like, hey, you know, like, these are the clothes for this time, so let's just chill and wait. But for the most part, it just gets to the point where we just have like all the seasons get kind of mixed up, and that's kind of where we're currently at. So, and as you can see, it is a dreary, rainy day. We actually got thunderstorms, and it was actually a lot of fun with thunderstorms because I love me a good thunderstorm. But so it was like a perfect day for me to start working on this stuff. So anyway, I'm starting off in the little girl's room. I was planning on doing everything in one day, but that did not happen. I think depending on how many kids you have or what your system is, I feel like a lot of what I'm doing is also kind of completely reorganizing a little bit. Because like I said, I have a kiddo that likes to pull stuff out because we've had some warm days that they could wear shorts. And so they wanted to get the shorts out. And so it's kind of hard sometimes. And especially because it is shoulder seasons. So what I generally do is I don't always pull out all the summer stuff. I actually bought some totes a week or so ago to make sure that I had extra totes so that it's just a little bit easier to keep things organized. So these bags I'm pulling out right now are actually from my sister-in-law who had some girl clothes to give to me, and I'm actually going to be giving them back to her. But I probably, unless they want them, I'll probably just take the rest to Goodwill. So I'm going through, I'm checking all the sizes, and I'm just making piles. I kind of make piles of what they have outgrown and what they have, and basically what they need. And then whenever I get the clothes that they're going into, I make a pile generally of of pants, of shorts, of t-shirts, of long sleeve shirts, and then of like outfits. And I think that bunny outfit was really cute. I actually showing you because I'm going to actually keep it for now. But with the littlest, with Freya, since she's the youngest of our family, we are going to, obviously all her clothes that she's outgrown, we are going to just give away to Goodwill. So I'm just kind of going through and getting all so right now I'm just kind of finishing up with the girl stuff, and I will do a quick video and kind of show you what I did. Hey, so I just finished doing the little girls swapping clothes for the seasons and kind of doing a little bit of decluttering and cleaning up. So I wanted to kind of explain a little bit more what I did. Yeah. And kind of show you like where we're at with this room. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to show you all the kids' room, but this is kind of the system that I've been starting and going through. I see that. First of all, this square tote goes downstairs, and it is now full of 2T clothes, mostly kind of short sleeves with pants, some shorts in there because we're kind of getting out of the cold season. So these 2 bags, so this is stuff that I got from basically that are too small for Freya, and just some like odds and ends that like there's just got to be too many clothes, so I just left them and threw them in here. This bag is gonna go Goodwill. These 2 bags are gonna go back to my sister-in-law, who wants to keep them for potential babies for her. So in her drawer, I put all the winter 2T is up here, and it is a lot. And I think instead of just going through it now and overwhelming myself, I'm gonna thin it out this fall whenever we start swapping to the winter clothes. And this one is also, this drawer is also way too full, and I need to probably thin this out, but I'm not going to do that today. But this is all the 3T clothes. I went ahead and took them out of the tote because I wanted to save some totes for some of the other rooms. But so this is all the 3T stuff, which there's a ton of it. And what I'm going to try to do is maybe thin this out probably also this fall, because what I will do is I will swap. These are going to go in the square container over there. And then these, I'm going to probably put spring, summer stuff in this drawer and then leave the winter stuff in this drawer. So that's why this is kind of full, because it's both spring and winter. So kind of the way I organize it, this is kind of like underwear, pajama drawer. And then this is current season, and then this is next season. That is how I've kind of organized it. I'm trying to get to the point where everything is going to fit in one, like in 3 drawers. So basically this is Freya's side, this is Kiva's side. Same thing, she's got pajamas, swimsuits, and underpants for her. And then this is current season 4T stuff. She's kind of in between. She'll be 4 probably by the time this video comes out. And so she's kind of transitioning into 4T and 5T, and then this is all winter 5T stuff. So that is how I kind of organize it for the kids. This makes it easier for me. I also will probably not film it, but I'm going to go through all the dresses too, get everything that's too small, going to go to Goodwill or hand-me-downs to whoever. But since I don't have any more kids coming, God willing, so I am basically trying to move on. I still though always keep a couple, like maybe not in every size, but a couple like really special outfits for me. I want to keep them just for my own personal reasons. And so I will be going through the closet, and that is how I kind of thin out the clothes. It's not always perfect, and I don't normally get a lot of other things done. And as you can see, the closet is a mess. That is one thing I do need to go through and organize. I might do a little bit, so see a little bit of the organization, but I won't be completing all of it today because it's just going to be way too much. But I will probably, what I will do is throw all the clothes out here, check sizes, put all the clothes that are too small probably to go to my sister-in-law. So that is how I organize our seasonal clothes. Getting an extra burst of energy, so to speak, so I decided to go through all the dresses. I'm basically doing the same thing I was doing before, except for I had the dresses kind of got muddled up because my mom kind of organized it weird, and long story short, one of the doors of the closet has broken off its hinges, and my husband has to fix it. It's on the list. And so until then, I'm going to kind of reorganizing it where it makes sense for me. So I'm basically taking all the dresses, checking the sizes. There's a few dresses that I pulled out here that have like holes in them or rips in them, or they're just getting on the older side. So I just threw them into the Goodwill pile. I am not feeling guilty at all because I do keep a couple like outfits that are just for my own personal, memories and stuff, but I don't want to keep too many either, because then nobody else gets to enjoy them, and B, like, what am I going to do with all this stuff? I know my mom kept about 3 outfits from when I was a baby, and actually my kids have gotten to wear them when they were babies, and so I've kind of done the same thing. Maybe one day I'll get some grandkids to enjoy it. At least that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm just kind of laying them all in piles by size and then lining up kind of what. And I didn't really match them by season, to be honest. I don't know that I needed to, so I just kind of threw them in, and because they don't have as many dresses. They don't need as many dresses because mostly they wear dresses for church and maybe the occasional like family event or something. So they don't really have a ton of dresses. So here I am kind of also looking at some dresses that I'm just throwing in a pile to go to. And then there was a couple dresses too that could be in the drawers because they're not as like fancy, I guess. I only hang up the nice dresses, if that makes any sense. So now I'm just making a little pile of all the dresses that are either too small, out of style, I just don't want to keep anymore, so that they can also be taken to Goodwill. So here's the pile of either too small clothes. Actually, I'm keeping this because it's a really cute coat. Even though it's too small, it's going to go in my memorabilia. Here's too small clothes. I'm going to put them in that bag right there. So we still have the bag zipped up. And then that is a sweatshirt that I can bring down for her to wear during the week because she does not have any. And I've organized it. So this is all 2T, 3T, 4T, 5T, and so on. So now everything is organized. And then in the far back there, I actually have like the memorabilia stuff. So it is overwhelming. I actually was planning on doing all the kids' rooms today, but I'm only going to do one because it was a lot. So I'm going to finish tidying up this room and then pretty much be done with kind of my plans for today. And then tomorrow I'm going to slowly move on to each of the kids' room. Basically by the end of spring break, I want to be done with like swapping clothes over. So we'll see how well that goes. So it's a few days later, and I figured I'd pop on and give you kind of an update. I've completed going through all the kids' clothes, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags, plus kind of overflow what's in this box to go to Goodwill. So I've gone through all the clothes. I'm a hot mess today because today was like the last day to get it done. So that is what I have done. My older girls have a tote for winter clothes that they got from my sister-in-law, who is very petite, so she has a lot of clothes that they are almost ready to go into. And then and then they have kind of a half a tote of like leftover summer things that are a little bit bigger, like they're, you know, in was it like kids 12, 14, they're like size junior 5 and up, so stuff that will take them years to probably get into. My littles, I have a tote of half tote 4T, 5T, 6X, and then basically 6X plus, so like 7/8s are in there. And then for my son, I have one tote of like size 7/8 stuff, which is what he'll be going into. That is how I'm going to do it. And then as each kid grows, if like for my son, anything that he outgrows, he has 2 bags here. Anything he outgrows, it just goes to Goodwill because I don't need it anymore. And with my daughter, basically my youngest, anything she outgrows. Also, as I'm going through and thinning out each of my piles, I am even going through stuff that has like, if it has rips, stains, looks dingy, it's also going. You know, we do not need to hold on to everything. I know it's hard because I get all this stuff from family, but I'm letting it go. So that is an update. I'm so excited to be done with it. It took me about 3 days to go through all of it, basically kind of working on one room a day for the kids, and it worked out really well. So obviously take your time if you need to. It did take me probably a good hour to 2 hours each room, except for my son's, of course, because his is a little bit simpler because it's just him. So that is how I deal with all the crazy clothes and stuff. So the rain stopped for a little bit, got outside, got the kids off the bus, and basically getting ready for the afternoon, kind of my afternoon evening time. I didn't take a break when I normally do. I still had a little bit of laundry I wanted to get done, so I did that really quick. But yeah, and my seeds are growing. I'm hoping to get them outdoors in a couple weeks. Maybe I'll try to remember to film that. So I'm gonna just do a little bit of laundry, just fold this one load, and then I'm calling it good. I feel like the swapping over clothes is super overwhelming. And I mean, obviously I have 5 kids. I know there's other parents out there that have more, and it's just a lot. I know There's been some people that like don't do hand-me-downs and they just like buy like 5 outfits every season. And I definitely like that idea in the sense of it does simplify it, because it's hard because a lot of people want to be more minimalistic. I am not a minimalist. I will never proclaim to be. I do think there's some benefits to simplifying things, but for me, it's just more economic, of course, to have at least, maybe I'll get down to, or maybe it's only half a tote of each size or something, but at least having some like basic things to start with. And then that way I can move on to, because I still get them outfits. And I guess that's the thing, is especially with all the girls' clothes, we have so many girl clothes because we've had so many girls, and you always get a new outfit because, you know, things change and you just want, you know, you just want new stuff. So, but that's kind of how I do it. It is kind of a stressful few days, but I feel like it works out really well. So now I'm taking a little rest, well deserved. I am so tired. So thank you guys so much for coming along with me today. I am worn out. I am calling this good for today. I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye-bye.